So you want to conquer the world? Well, you might think the best faction to play as for this is Germany.
Hello there.
But I find Germany to be a little bit boring. Instead, today we're going to be playing as the United States and going down the Confederacy path. A path which not everybody seems to like, but I think that once you go through it, you come out with one of the most powerful nations in the game, pretty much free to go and conquer wherever you want to, which is why it's my one of my favourite factions for World Conquest games. And here we are. So to get to the Confederacy, there's a few things we're going to need to do, which involves starting a civil war. We're going to be going down the right-hand side by re-establishing the gold standard. To actually unlock this path, we're going to need to have to change governments by getting the Republicans in, so that's a way away. We'll worry about that later. So we're actually just going to ignore the focus tree for the minute. And here we are, we've got the US industry, which is just huge. 130 factories to start off with. We will lose some of it in the Civil War, so we'll just start off by opening up with some infrastructure on the side of the country that we won't lose during the Civil War. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this part, Congress, which is quite annoying. We're going to have to just keep an eye on it because we will lose support as we go through, but we need to try and build enough support to unlock certain decisions. If we don't have enough Congress support, we won't be able to do the Adjusted Compensation Act and get down this side of the tree, so it's just worth keeping on top of, because at the bottom of it is our 5th research slot. Just going to consolidate the Navy into one big def stack, which will just park in Norfolk for the time being. And same with the Air Force, actually. We're going to delete and sell the entire Air Force later on, so for the time being we're just going to park it in New York. Go dispersed industry, because, I mean, we're going to have the option to create produce lots of wonderful things as the US. We'll train the Air Force for a bit of extra experience. They can just train indefinitely, and so can the army that we've got here. We'll delete them later. Also want to probably start training the Navy. And with 150 political power, we will get Robert Taft, our silent workhorse. He's going to help us with getting more political power, which we're going to need. And here we are, the election of 1936. This is going to put us on the path to Confederacy. So we can either stick with the Democrats, but we don't want that. We're going to go with the Republicans. And we've now got Alf Landon. So he is going to help us re-establish the gold standard. From re-establishing the gold standard, we're going to try and move down to America first, and then the Adjusted Compensation Acts down to income tax reform. To do that, we're going to need that pesky old Senate and House support, which we seem to actually have quite a good bit of at the minute, which is nice. We're going to try and just keep lobbying, though, to get that up. I might even chuck in some special measures just to give us a little boost. I'm keeping hold of 150 political power here at the minute, because once we've re-established the gold standard, we will move on to America first, and that will involve us getting our fascist demagogue, Charles Coughlin. And here we go, America first. And that is America first done, and we've kept a good enough hold on the Senate, so it means we can actually start the Adjusted Compensation Act. And now that we have finished America first, we can get Charles so we'll get him in, and we'll also get Joseph Patterson, just for a bit more political power. Well, once this infrastructure is done, we'll look to begin the American war machine, which is just relentless military factories. That's basically what we're going to be doing. And with our next load of political power, we're going to go and get George Marshall. This bit's quite important, because when the Civil War starts, a few of these people will either go to one side or the other side, and Douglas MacArthur here becomes, well, he gets a very important role for us. So the only one that really sticks with us that we can choose now is George Marshall, so we'll pick him. And here we are, the last leg in the run before we start the process towards civil war. Got enough now to put some destroyers into production. I'm just gonna literally choose 1936, and then we'll also just do a preset, but change this. No, we'll leave torpedoes in, why not? Income tax reform is done, so we're going to move on to ally with the silver shirts, then down to recruit the Free Corps. We're not really going to have much time once we do ally with the silver shirts, so we just want to rush recruit the Free Corps as soon as possible, so when the Civil War starts, we actually have some soldiers. And speaking of getting some soldiers, we're only going to have, like I said, we're going to delete the entire army, but what we are going to do is we're going to create one specific battalion, which we will recruit beforehand, and this is just going to help us quickly capture specific points as well as push the enemy later on. So this is going to be our early form of shock troops. They're going to be a little bit expensive, but it doesn't really matter too much because we're the US. Excellent, so it's going to look a little bit like that, except we're going to have mobile artillery or motorized artillery further down the line as well. So the 10 million march all across the country. The regular protests against the policies of President Alf Landon have only grown in size. Oh, just ignore it. It's not that important. We'll have a new president soon anyway. Citizen militia forms. During the latest series of marches and demonstrations against the policies of President Alf Landon, a large number of protesters were openly carrying arms. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. And since we are actually getting quite close to the war now, everything seems to be boiling down, we will delete the army. So, bye army, thanks for all the lovely experience you've gained us. I am also just sort of leaving political power at the minute because when we do hit the Civil War, we'll be able to get off undisturbed isolation. So, hooray, we're on to recruit the Free Corps. That will ensure that we have an army to fight the Civil War with. More military factories. And here we go, the Boston Rebellion. So the Civil War starts. And we haven't quite finished recruit the Free Corps yet, which is going to make things a bit tricky, but doesn't matter because Germany and Italy are here to send volunteers to us, and China wants to resupply their ships at our ports. Yeah, sure, go for it. We have that one unit that we are ready to deploy, and we will just put this into New York very quickly. And we can also rally the Silver Legions, which is going to be extremely crucial to getting any soldiers on the front line, and also any troops that are somewhat competent at a fighting force. Excellent. We managed to sneak back into New York there, although it's coming under some heavy attack here. Oh, and we want to make sure... Yep, so further rebellions have happened now, and we've lost a little bit of land. It's going to be quite crucial here that we actually try and regain some of this quickly, otherwise we're going to not have a good time. And recruit the Free Corps is here. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, good. 30 divisions have come to our aid, which are going to be extremely crucial. We're going to park a lot of them there, but we'll try and give 8 of them over here as well. We will put Oscar Griswold in charge of them, and then we're just going to set an offensive line to push all the way up there. Lovely. Our first encirclement. And here it is. MacArthur offers to lead the government. That's exactly what we need. And that's going to give us some lovely, lovely division attack and defense on core territory, as well as help with recruiting our Army High Command. So we'll go ahead, pick up a chair, Chief of the Air Force, and we'll get off undisturbed isolation to partial mobilization. And now this is where the fun begins. We're going to need to rejoin our 2 army groups here. What we could look to do is just create a bit of an encirclement. What I will try and do is get the Speedy Boys back into the fray here. Okay, so it looks like some of the American army is making its way quite quickly over here. We'll look to get some more Silver Legions on the go. The main thing we want to try and do is just stop them from trying to take Chicago. So basically a line from there will do, please, gentlemen. Lovely, and we've managed to push the US off onto this tiny spit of land. Let's see if we can squish these last remaining American traitors. Lovely, lovely encirclement there. And just like that, the march on Cleveland is a success. And we've encircled that last unit there as well. Just mop them up. And then that's done with the Boston problem. We're going to reassign old Simpson now to this side of the front, and we'll get him to cover the south part of the US. Even though we've lost half the country, we still have 144 factories. Yeah, the American industry knows no limits. Now, at this point, we can probably push the US a little bit, but I don't want to destroy them too early yet. We do have to finish our focuses. Now we've got to deregulate the banking sector, privatize the TVA, and national employment strategy before we can get onto the Confederacy. So we've got to just, as I say, hold the line for a little bit. Oh, and there goes Germany declaring war on Poland. So World War II is starting, and we are just about to start being the Confederacy. And we are we have finally completed Honor the Confederacy, which means we can now actually start the Confederacy decisions and start the War Powers Act, which we will get cracking with. So we'll need to complete these decisions as well before actually finishing the war. We need to do Constitutional Convention and permit Confederate battle standards. Oh, and France has capitulated. It doesn't really concern us though right now. Excellent. Battle standards, done. That's all the decisions. Launch the assault. Spain wants to come. Yeah, sure. It's not going to last, hopefully, much longer, Spain. Oh, come on. Oh, well, they've got less than 20% score, so. And there we go. Now it's time to start thinking about Japan. So we want to try and start war on Japan before they start getting a bit too friendly or guaranteeing each other, essentially, with Germany and Italy. So I think what we will do is we'll start preparing the Navy to go over there. William Dudley Pelly challenges Douglas MacArthur. No, I think we're gonna still stick with old Dougie boy. He's done us well so far. And look at that, the industry just keeps rolling in. I love it. I love it. I'm also going to start getting some of our doctrines on the go. We're going for a bit of battlefield support, and we're going to switch over to mobile warfare. Right, well, we're going to take them out. So what we will do is declare war on them now. What we're going to now do quickly is put these guys on strike force, these guys onto patrol, and these guys onto convoy raiding. And that should be fine. Big oof. Oh dear. Oh no, that's not good. We lost 22 destroyers. They lost 24. And it was a bit of a scrap there. Oh, here comes the first Japanese invasion. Luckily, we have actually got our shock troops here on standby, so we can probably repel them quite easily. Okay. They seem to be a bit stronger than I anticipated. But we did destroy more of their navies, so swings and roundabouts. Lovely, there we go. Finally dealt with that small Japanese invasion. And now we can probably start to think about getting an invasion of our own on the go. Ooh, how goes the naval battles? Excellent! More Japanese frigates destroyed. That's exactly what we want to see. Ooh, no! Look at that, 46 destroyers destroyed, and we only lost 4 there. A great naval victory for us there. And we do have naval superiority, so with that we can launch our first attack on the Japanese. And It's no one's home. It's a fell swoop. We will help them out a little bit here, I think, as well, by planning our next naval invasion along to take out this part of the coast. Yeah. Ooh, another huge naval victory for us. 6 aircraft destroyers we sunk there, as well as, you know, a few heavy battleships, heavy cruisers, a lot of ships there lost for the Japanese. And ashore come the Confederacy to rush to the aid of the Chinese troops on the front line. Hello, Venezuela. You want to join the cause? Come on, then. We've got all the ropey fascist nations coming to join us now. Looks like we're ready for our next naval invasion and ready to take out some of these annoying Japanese troops here. Let's see if we can get straight in. Oh, well, lovely. Absolutely lovely. And a lovely encirclement as well. Brilliant. Let's push in, men. And lovely. That is that Japanese army gone. And I'm sure that was a lovely number of... yes, 150,000 casualties we've now inflicted on them. So, excellent. Haha! More Japanese naval defeats. It's what we love to see. Right. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Time for our assault on Japan. Looks like they're trying to defend Nagasaki. But that is all they're trying to defend. Lovely. Look at that. Meanwhile, let's move some of the troops up. Beautiful. Oh, come on. If we can actually take Osaka as well, this will be huge. We've just trapped them all on this island. Amazing. We can probably actually use our shock troops now just to quickly sweep the rest of the nation. Okay, if you want to just move out the way, then we'll happily come over and take the rest of your territory. Okay, the tanks are here. Let's see how well we can push now. We might now actually be able to push through the Japanese lines. Oh, amazing. Oh, and we've absolutely cut them off here. Just stormed through very quickly. Wow. And there we go. Japan capitulates, I think, with a little bit of help there from the British, but it doesn't matter. It's done. We'll see what we can puppet from this war. Mainly, if we can just puppet Japan, that would be great. And we got a pretty good deal there. We managed to, you know, puppet not only actual Japan, or most of it at least, but also Korea. So, yeah, great result. Now that Japan is dealt with, we will probably start turning our focus to the Allies. So begins our attack on the Allies. We'll draw a big attack plan for the infantry, just something like that, and get ready. Here we go, declaring war on the Allies. And we'll just drive straight into their territory, I think. Venezuela wants to send us more volunteers, as well as Spain and Peru. So, yeah, come on. We won't join your faction now, Mr. Mustache Man. Woo! That was a big naval battle there. This is a nice little encirclement we have here. We need to start thinking about getting some naval invasions going, and essentially what we're going to need to do is painstakingly island hop from here to about Iceland and then invade the UK from there. Come on. Right, let's get a successful naval invasion here. The first of the island hopping. Hooray! Right, here we go. Second island. Can we get an invasion on Iceland? Yes, beautiful. Take the port, Reykjavik is ours, and Iceland has capitulated. Beautiful. Meanwhile, we will look to land in Belfast, I think. That will provide a nice little staging ground. Go, go, go. Yes. Belfast Falls. Look at this. Excellent. Okay, this is a great beachhead now that we've got. Right, no time to lose, chaps. We'll go in at Liverpool, and then we'll also go in Glasgow, I reckon. And luckily we can just build a massive airbase now in Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland is an airbase. Okay, here we are. I think we're ready. The final invasion. Let's go. Right, come on, Marines, do your job. Oh no. It's not going well at Liverpool, but we have had landfall. Oh, the Navy looks like it's engaged us. And landfall in Scotland as well. Move up, men. Oh, the last line of defense from the Royal Navy, and it's been decimated. Time to move up and get going. Well, we are just quite tearing through the UK. We've cut a nice hole in the middle of it now. Right, here come the tanks. Just easy job. Straight down to the south coast. Take everything. Go. Yeah. See you later, UK. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Please don't tell me. Oh, amazing. They're invading Italy whilst I'm pretty much just taking out the whole of their... just not bothered about defending at home at all. And there goes the United Kingdom. Right, now this is going to be a bit of a tricky peace deal. We need to set this up in a way that is going to do us well to take on Germany. So I think, well, we need to obviously take Canada, and then probably focus on taking some of the UK, but also focus on taking as much of France, I think. So, Confederate Raj, lovely. But what's good about that is that we can just request garrison support from them, and that will be fine. Idiot. We didn't accidentally take these areas, we just we passed them by mistake, but that's no problem. Right, now comes the big one. Let's have a quick look to see how well the Soviet Union's holding on. I mean, they've done quite well, all things considered. We do need to make sure that we try and get Italy out as well, so yeah. It's going to be a big push now to try and get Germany to capitulate, but we can do it. Okay, war goal on Germany achieved. Let's begin the party. Let's see if we can just straight away get them off the coast. And actually, if we can actually get like a tasty little encirclement here, that would be good. Nice, that's a few divisions down. We need to move as quickly as possible, and if we can cut them off, that will be a great start. Woo! This is some air battle. Oh, a lot of their fighters are superior than ours. That's not good. And boosh, some lovely little encirclements going on here. The Germans are just peeling away. So we're going to start getting our naval invasion of Italy, I think, underway, and try and take them out of the war. Oh dear, Bulgaria seems to have taken over Turkey. Well, that just urges the necessity, I suppose, of our naval invasion on Italy to try and get them out of the war. I mean, they are hammering us right now. They're pouring troops at us, and their casualties are just going up by the thousands each day. I believe the new front lines have held up well. I've basically issued this infantry unit to be deployed to the main front in Germany, and then this unit down here. So we've got quite a concentrated, well, at least a few of them. We've got quite a concentrated number of soldiers down here. I'm not sure. The German lines are still looking a bit difficult to potentially penetrate along this side. Let's see how Russia's... Oh! Looks like they've managed to take back or hold at least bits of Sevastopol. The naval invasion is ready, so now we can commence. Let's take Italy out of this war. are they going to meet heavy resistance? Ooh, Italy have taken quite heavy fortifications on their beaches, but looks like we've secured a small beachhead. Beautiful! Although there is a heavy German presence there. But we have managed to create a beachfront in Italy now. The Italian offensive is underway. Let's hope this string of good form continues. Oh, how did we lose? Okay. As the tanks start to arrive, I'm going to start to pull infantry off and keep some of the Marines down here. Come on. Yeah, the Germans have like heavily reinforced their line here, so, and yeah, we're not doing too well on the air superiority front. We are producing 10 fighters. We just have a large deficit currently, which is not great. Okay, naval invasion number 2 is ready. Pushman. Oh, this is a good naval invasion here. And we have managed to create an encirclement here. And now we'll just look to clean up the rest of these Italian forces. Beautiful. That was a good part of Italy taken, and they should be quite close to capitulation now. They need 15% or less, which is a bit less than ideal, but we can still do it. Boom, and Sicily falls. Now we have a nice little entrapment here for the Italians, where we can just keep, hopefully, pushing them down. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right. That is southern Italy gone. Now comes the northern assault. Excellent. That looked like Mussolini had been deposed, which hopefully that means Italy is about to break apart any minute now. Right, come on. Last push into Italy. And here comes the Regno di Sole, the Kingdom of Italy, which means Italy has now just grown substantially weaker, and we have grown a good ally. See if we can cut up quickly through. Excellent, we've split their forces nicely off there. Another lovely encirclement of the Italians. Just cleaning them up now, really. Okay, we're just going hell for leather here. Big old assault. Time to try and burn some manpower and kill Germany and Italy somehow. We've just got them fighting on too many fronts, I think. So hopefully this will work. Oh, we're so close to connecting up here. Yes. Mark joins the Comitant. Sure, yeah. Oh, we're so close to Berlin. We're literally knocking on the door. There goes Berlin. Oh, come on, hold it. This is absolutely chaos. I think I'm going to have to stop some of these assaults because, yeah, we're just, it's too bad. Too many losses. And, I mean, tanks are not looking good either. They've retaken Berlin. Come on. Don't give it up that easy. We're pouring through now. And we've spread them out rather thinly, which is excellent news for us also. Well, it's come at great cost, this push, but we're getting the job done. In fact, actually, yeah, we're slowly creeping up on German casualties, but they have lost nearly all their victory points. If we can just keep pushing, I reckon. They are not letting go of Essen, are they? Yeah, we're just wasting men throwing bodies at that. I wonder if I could do like an armoured sort of motorised push from the Alps. I mean, if we can take Munich, that would be great. So, do a charge for Munich. Oh, they're just not here. Excellent. Right, in that case, we will form a line here. And where are the motorised in this section? They're all here. If we can sort of do a little defensive perimeter there, that would be good. And Vienna is over there, so I mean, if we can charge down Vienna, that'd be even better. And we've run out of manpower, but that's fine. Well, it's probably not, actually. What do we need to go up to? Service by requirement. I think we need 60% walls. Ugh. 4! And we've managed to regroup, which means we potentially encircled this area. Ah, finally. Right, see if we can now push these guys in a bit more. Germany must be close to capitulation now. Oh, 33 out of 22. I think if we can take a bit more up to Prague, then we'll be looking pretty good. Oh, look at that. Now we can take Essen with ease. And we've forgotten about research again. It's all a bit hectic. Lovely, an encirclement within an encirclement. Just keep squeezing them down. Okay, well, I mean, we've taken most of this army really out of the fight. So, what I think we'll do is we'll just encircle them for now with what divisions sort of remain. I think 2 should be sufficient, and then meanwhile that will allow us to take our tanks off. We'll stop doing that for now. Reposition them along this front, which we then can try and take some of this. Right, I think motorized and tanks are in position, so all that leaves now is to push. Ah, yeah, that's not looking great, is it? Okay, stop pushing. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? I think we'll just hold fast for a minute. We just need 60% war score, war support, and then we can get up the conscription level. I think I might retake some of these divisions off and reorganize the armor a bit better. And then I think what we'll do is we'll punch in down here where there's not as much reinforce. Well, yeah, sort of, you know, reinforcements, and then we could probably just try and just spearhead straight down to Vienna. So we'll take these divisions out. Ah, 60% war support. That is going to solve the manpower issue. Okay, that gives us 13 armored divisions now. Nice. We've managed to punch a hole there, and I'm going to move these motorized boys in along this part just to give us some refortification. Oh, come on. Just push straight into Vienna. Drive in there. Germany has capitulated. Oh, wow. That is amazing. We have just completely wiped Germany out of the war. Perfect. Now, somehow, Italy is still here. Ugh, the bane in my backside. Or the pain, rather, in my backside. Right, so we'll draw up our battle plans again. Ooh, can we sneak in a couple of divisions here quickly? Just all-out war. Go! Mopping up the last bits of the Axis. I mean, we're steamrolling through this part. Is it just Italy that needs to capitulate? Well, Romania, Bulgaria. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this side. We're just, me and Russia, we're going through it. Everybody, push. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that should just be... yeah. See you later. Come on. Bye, Italy. Goodbye. 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 Wow. Okay. That took a lot longer than I expected, but incredibly fun. And I mean, it's pretty much just in the Soviet Union now, and the Soviet Union, I mean, they took a bigger battering than us. So let's see what we can get out of this peace deal. Right, let's see where that leaves us. The German Reich is now here and in India. We've got nice little Confederate Italy in the middle of Confederate Australia. The Soviet Union is all across southern Africa. Portugal's down here. It's a mess, Africa, basically. We've taken parts of North Africa, including the Suez. And then there's a bunch of interesting... Oh, I didn't realise, but the Comintern seems to be fighting a war anyway with China, which is, you know, quite good for us, really, to be honest, because that means that we can now start to focus our efforts on taking out Russia. Oh boy, we're not done yet. Justification of the war goal is good. We shall just, I mean, we might as well go for it. What are we waiting for? Now, I don't want to call in all of our puppets, but I do want to call in some. Especially the ones that have some sort of military force. Like Japan. And we call our old friends, or our old nemesis, the German Reich in. Right. Oh, it is all-out war. And Minsk is currently getting a bit leveled. Definitely need to make sure that we push as far up as we can right now. Looks like we're starting to encounter a few of them. There goes the Czechs. There are just encirclements everywhere. We are swarming through. They have nowhere near as many units as us now. A lot easier than Germany. Ah, I've forgotten about Denmark, who seem to have snucken in through the back door, but we'll sort them out. Spain wants to get involved again. Sure, they can come. Well, we managed to get quite a successful naval invasion here, taking Vladivostok, which sort of leaves Russia with, well, the Soviet Union with 3% more, well, 96% towards capitulation. So we're so close. Hopefully, just a little bit more of this driving, and a little bit more driving, and a few more points captured, and the Soviet Union will fall. And there goes the Soviet Union. But is the war still going on? Denmark? Where? Oh my god. Okay. They've actually encircled our men, which is not great. So, well, you know what? We're waiting around for Denmark here, and they are taking their sweet time. And we haven't used a nuke all game, so here we go. We're just gonna nuke the hell out of Denmark. That was pretty successful nuke. I think we'll go for 2. We've got spare nukes lying around. The second nuking of Denmark is complete. Right, can we just drive in now? Yeah, Copenhagen is ours. Finally! And there you have it, the peace conference done. We pretty much control most, if not all, of the world, apart from a few other factions, but all the major factions have been defeated. I suppose the Chinese United Front would be the only other real contender, but to be honest, they're not going to be able to match anything compared to our military power. So that concludes this. If you've liked the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, this was a bit of a slog, but we got there. We got there.